What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Oh yeah, guys. So, I was in the process of looking at upgrading our Applied Energistics system over here, and the first thing I want to do is make some more drives. Now, in order to make those drives, we need these guys right here, the 1K ME storage component. Those go into like the 4K and then the 16K and etc, etc. So you need a whole lot of these guys. So in order to make these, we need a bunch of Certus quartz, and then we need these logic processors, which is gold, which we have a bunch of, and then printed silicon. So the silicon is where we are kind of lacking resources in. So we have to take either nether quartz dust or Certus quartz dust, smelt that down, and then you get the silicon, right? I don't think there's any other... Yeah, that's it. So that's how you get the stuff. So we need either a lot of nether quartz or a lot of Certus quartz. Quartz. So we have a decent amount of the Certus quartz, but we're going to need 4 of those to make each one of these guys. And I don't really want to use that stuff to smelt into the silicon. I think I'd rather get a whole bunch of nether quartz to do that, and we don't have a lot of that either. So I think what we need to do, let's first of all visit the deep dark and let's see how our quarry's done. I think I was looking at the solar panels and I'm pretty sure our quarry is done because those things are all full. Yeah, we got a large hole down here now. I think we kind of looked at this a little bit last episode, but not really from the top side. So yeah, it looks like the quarry is complete. We got a lot of stuff done, which is awesome. We got a lot of dirt here that, whoop, you're about to die activating hover mode. I wasn't about to die. Anyway, we got a lot of dirt here that we can come through and harvest should we choose to, or any of that stuff. But yeah, a big portion of that's already been removed, which is awesome. If we click on the quarry, it says quarry has finished. So yes, we are done. So I think what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and move our quarry. Let's grab all these little bits and pieces. Take that guy. And the marker, there's another marker. Oh no, wait, no. I was like, is the marker gone? No, that's right. We put the world hole upgrade partway through, so it's kind of in the dirt over there. And I'll just place a torch right here just so I don't take suffocation damage or deep dark damage or whatever it is. Okay, so now we got our quarry, we got our markers. I think we're gonna go ahead and move this to the nether. Not only will we get what we need, the quartz from the nether, we will also get a bunch of other resources and things like that that I don't think spawn here. Like, I think you can get shiny and other things like that. I mean, obviously we can make plants and grow all that stuff, but if we can get it while we're getting the quartz as well, I think that'll be pretty cool. So I just got done making some more deep storage units over here. We had one dedicated for dirt, but we weren't getting much dirt. We do have a lot of it, but yeah, we weren't getting much of that at this point. So I swapped one out and replaced it with netherrack, so we can go to the the nether, mine a whole bunch of stuff. The netherrack will have a place to live and not fill up our storage. Yeah, I don't think we really need much more dirt than this at this point. Maybe sometime in the future, For the Hoarding quest will require us to have a ridiculous amount. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But for now, yeah, our deep storage unit is set up to collect netherrack, so we can go to the nether and set this thing up. And yeah, not really worry about it. Other things I've done off camera, I have upgraded our sword here to have flux on it. I upgraded our mattock to have flux on it, and I tried upgrading the pickaxe as well, but for whatever reason I cannot put either a flux capacitor or the next tier up, whatever that one is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. This guy right here, the resonant. I can't put that on there. It does have a manual binding, manual tool rod, and a cobalt pickaxe head, but I guess it just doesn't have enough durability for those flux. I might be able to put a hardened on there. I didn't try. Anyway, yeah, we have a lot of our tools upgraded. Also, our cobalt hammer here that we were working on last time, I upgraded that to have one of these resonant flux capacitors on there as well, which is pretty cool. So we are going to need to be doing a little bit of mining. I think we're going to swap over to our Silk Touch hammer, this guy right here. Yeah, we'll swap over to this one because we're going to be in the nether and we are going to be mining a little bit of the nether ores, and those things explode if you don't mine them with Silk Touch. So hopefully we don't have too many pigmen here in the nether that are angry with me from all the pigment slaughtering we were doing before to fill up our Thaumcraft stuff. I think we're fine. I just heard a pigment fall or something. You guys angry? No, you guys are fine. We're best buds, right? Yeah. Okay, very good. So, up in the nether ceiling... Whoa. I think I just hit that vine. I thought something was attacking me. Up in the nether ceiling... Did we dig this out too far? We didn't dig this out very far at all, did we? We were also using a portion of this for the wither boss killing, so I want to make sure we don't destroy this, because we might use this a little bit more in the future. Some strings over here. What's in this chest? Oh, nothing. So I think... Are you angry? Oh, you're angry. Now you're dead. I think we're going to end up using these tunnels here and take out a portion of this area this way and turn that all into dirt. I don't think we're going to use the world hole upgrade. There's really no point. And if we were to do that, there's a lot of like random lava blocks in the netherrack, and that's just going to cause a huge mess and blah. I think we're just going to do this without the world hole upgrade. But I do want to make this pretty big. So we're probably going to go 100 blocks this way, 100 blocks this way. Well, maybe even bigger than that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm going to make a cut here, do some stuff off camera, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I got a decent size area here dug out. I've moved it down this way a little bit. This is, that beam right there is above where we enter into the nether, and this is our wither boss killing area. So yeah, we moved this down a little bit. I dug a tunnel about 100 blocks this way. It's 100 blocks from like this point to where the marker is. And then same thing this way, 100 blocks from here all the way down here to where the marker is. Okay, so we got a lot of walking around area, and as I was digging this out, I realized we're going to be getting a lot of this tainted soil. I had to remove a whole bunch of that stuff to make these tunnels. You can see the ceiling is mostly made out of it. So yeah, I set up another deep storage unit in the overworld to handle our supply of this. Hopefully that'll be all we need, and we won't run out of space due to other things I'm not thinking about. But anyway, the quarry's down. We can right click on that, successfully establish the boundary. We'll put the, no, we don't want world hole. We want soak touch, and we want our tesseract from the overworld. So this should still be set up the way we want it. Item send only, energy mode receive only. Yep. It's probably not doing, oh, it is doing something. I was gonna say it's probably not doing anything since we're in the overworld, or we're in the nether, not in the overworld, and we don't have a chunk loader. But I guess somehow things are working. That's fine. Okay, so we should be getting netherrack and other things like that in the overworld. So really nothing else to see here in the nether. Let's head back and see how things are doing. Are you friendly? We'll just put you in that vine. Okay, so back to the overworld. Let's take a look at what we got here. Hey, we got a piggy on this side too. Okay, so over here, yeah, we are getting a bunch of netherrack, and we are getting a decent amount of tainted soil. So that's what I was expecting to see. Other things I'm going to have to keep an eye on in our system here to make sure we're not going to be getting a whole bunch of other stuff. I know we got like the Natura specific things in there, like, I don't know, they're grass and trees and other such things. Hopefully we won't run into too many issues. We won't run out of space. But yeah, we should be getting a decent amount of quartz now. We got 42 nether quartz ore. We're just going to have to wait for that to get up a decent supply, basically. So I'm going to take what we have now. I am going to fortune that. I'm going to start pulverizing that down into the dust, making processors and all of this stuff. And we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so some time has passed since that last clip, and I have been doing some things around here. So first off, I have upgraded our ME system here to have some 16K storage cells. This one over here, I have switched over to the 4K, so we've kind of upgraded and things like that. So yeah, we got plenty of storage now. The 4K, you can see they're all orange, which means all of the different types are being used up on it. But we still got a little bit of space left over here. These guys are hardly being used at all, so we got space for a while now, so that's really good. you might notice that the stone deep storage unit and the dirt deep storage unit are gone. Yeah. So let's have a little story time here. After the last clip, I went ahead and I got out a bunch of this nether quartz ore and I laid it out like something like this, right? And then I stacked it up, I don't know, 8 blocks tall, whatever we had. And then I went to go fortunate. Well, I forgot. These are nether quartz ores that will explode. Yep. So I removed the first layer and it spawned like 3 silverfish of the hellfish and they knocked me off and I wasn't able to get back over here in time. And then cascading explosions happened. So it blew up a big portion of this area here. It knocked off the ME crafting terminal and this cable, but nothing else over on this side. But it did blow up my deep storage units here, and it set a whole bunch of stuff on fire, and those I assume burned up in that fire. Yeah. So another thing I've noticed with this cobalt hammer that has Fortune 3 on it, this does not have Silk Touch. If you mine those blocks, they don't fortune. They just turn into the regular blocks, and they also make that scary sound. Let's see here. I might have a problem with that. I misplaced that one. Can I no, I can Silk Touch that guy. Okay, no problem. But another thing I've noticed, if you do this enough times, you will spawn those silverfish or the hellfish. Yep, so those seem like a random thing. It's not like they're hiding in the blocks. They just spawn when these blocks are broken. So yeah, scary sound, and sometimes you get those fish. So basically what I've been doing is I've been taking these blocks down here to our pulverizer and just throwing them in here. You get 2 per. So yeah, there we go. Yep. So that is how I've been getting the nether quartz. Experience, I guess you get oh no, that was probably from me killing that hellfish. I was going to say, I guess you get experience from breaking those blocks with the hammer, but no, that's not the way that was happening. So I've spent some time here taking the nether quartz. I have been pulverizing it into the regular quartz and then pulverizing again into this quartz and then mixing that with sand, and then I made a bunch of this pure nether quartz crystal out of the seeds, and then I've done that with the regular Certus quartz as well. And then fluix, I have also made a bunch of the pure fluix. I've just been basically doing a lot of stuff with Applied Energistics. This crystal growth chamber is so good. Like, you can throw in the stuff for the fluix, the charged Certus quartz, the redstone, and the nether quartz, and it just automatically combines it all for you. So you don't have to even have like a puddle of water for that stuff. So that thing is really, really nice. I do like it. So let's see. I want to start working on some stuff around here. I want to connect our mob system to our Applied Energistics system. So I can say how much, I don't know, gunpowder do we have? Well, we got a lot more than 36, right? We have a deep storage unit full of this stuff up here, like 12,000 of the stuff. So I'd like to have all of these things hooked up down below. So I've laid out some ME storage buses on the back so we can read all this stuff over here. I got to figure out how we're going to connect that all. I was hoping that we'd be able to use some ME dense cable, because these ME glass cables can only do 8 channels per. So if you were to connect more than 8 of these together, that's it. You can't do anything else. It won't be able to read it. The ME dense cable doesn't connect here, unfortunately. I guess what we could do is color code it so we have, like, I don't know, red cable on part of them and green cable on the other part. I suppose we could also use those, what is it called, the cable anchors to separate the 2 sections of cable. There's a few different ways we can do that. I'll have to come up with something off camera when we get this all hooked up. But I did go ahead and I cleaned up this area too. Before, we had like this string over here just kind of like hanging out, and I'd have to pull from that chest and dump it in here. I've taken the time and I've laid out everything nicely. I put the labels on it. So we got string there. We got spider eyes over here. Our whatever these are, the common treasure and the uncommon treasure. And then I even made some more filing cabinets over here to hold all these chain armor that we don't get a lot of, but it does fill up that chest enough that it's kind of annoying to deal with. And then finally, our last filing cabinet down here is just the bows. I will probably end up putting a filter on this pipe down below to go into a trash can with bows. We really don't need these. I was kind of thinking it'd be cool to have the ones with all the different enchantments on it, but honestly, with how laggy this thing is, I'm kind of afraid it's going to break the game or something like that. So I don't really want to have that around. Also, it's not really necessary to have that many bows since we have all of the string and we're also getting sticks from the witches, right? So we can make all of the bows that we ever want that way. Okay, so I want to get this all connected down below. We got to do some wiring. I've made some stuff with Applied Energistics, like I said. We got a bunch of cable. We got some dense cable. We have P2P tunnels, memory card to link those together, more storage buses should I choose to hook those up. So yeah, we got some stuff that we want to do. Now another thing, we have to worry about how many channels we're using. So that up there, that's more than 8 channels, which is more than a standard Applied Energistics system. So we need to make an ME controller, and this will allow us to get, I think, 32 channels per side. So let's go ahead and make one of these guys. So there we go. We will have to use this to connect everything together, which is what we need to do if we're just doing more than storing items. Also, this skystone block, it's been a while since we messed with this. This stuff you get by right-clicking skystone dust on a stone barrel full of lava. We've gotten a lot of this stuff by sifting, I think, dust or sand, one of the two. But yeah, we got like 400 of this stuff. So yeah, I went ahead and I made a bunch of that skystone block so we can make these controllers. Yep. Okay, guys, tell you what. I'm going to make a cut here. I'm going to start laying out some cable, trying to figure out how we're going to lay this out, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and laid out the cable and I installed our ME controller. So I just stuck it down here in the center where we already had existing cable running. So yeah, this part of the ME system is talking to the controller, and then our storage buses over here, our deep storage units, are talking to this side. So I put a dense cable right here, which is not necessary, but I want to be able to see the channels that are going through our P2P tunnel. So this will give us an indication of how many channels are being used, or if any are being used. So we got a dense cable here with a P2P tunnel ME on this side, and we're just going through a regular ME Fluix glass cable. Let's see. That cable runs up the center of the stairs underneath here. I did remove the center blocks just so we can kind of move that up one more block. Kind of make it a little bit more hidden. You can still see it, but it's not as bad as it was before I removed those blocks. And we just got them coming up here and feeding into this room. Okay, so we have these cables connected in kind of a strange way, but oh man, that went straight down through this hole, didn't it? I want that block. Give it to me. Okay, here we go. If I can get up through here. Okay, so the cable comes through right like this, and it goes into an ME P2P tunnel here. And that goes into an ME dense cable. So we will have available 32 channels off of this one cable, thanks to the controller. But each side, or I guess each one of these glass cables can only hold 8, so we have to pull off different sides. So we got this cable coming off this side. This is going to have 8 channels, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items on here. So we got a little bit room of expansion. And then I did put a cable anchor to separate this cable from that cable. We could have dyed them different colors if we wanted to, but it's just easier this way. So I made one cable anchor, and then off the top of the dense cable, we have 4 more channels over here. So I think we should be good to go. The last piece of this, we need to actually use our memory card here, which I have not done yet. So shift right click on this guy should save the settings, and all you gotta do is just right click on the other one to load the settings, and then the channels should make their way over there. We should see all that stuff in our ME system. So if I click here, hopefully things work. Oh, you know what? This cable has not been powered yet. So that is something else we need to do. Okay, so we need, I forgot about that part. We need some glass fiber. Yeah, these guys right here. So, I'm sorry, quartz fiber. We need quartz fiber to allow power to pass through, but not channels. So how are we going to do this? We're going to do this in kind of an ugly way. This will be changed over time. So Forgive me for the ugliness of this right now. So this allows power to pass through that particular cable, but no channel information. So we can just kind of move this over here and then connect it right like this to give that ME cable over their power. Okay, so now we got Network Apprentice achievement. Very good. And we can see there's some channels over here. We could make this actually look... Whoops, I didn't need to remove that one. Just to remind ourselves that there's no channel data by putting another fiber there. We don't need it, but it's just there for a reminder. So we can see one on this side and one on that side over there too. Okay, so we should be able to see all of our mob drops now in our ME system. So yeah, we can see string and zombie brains and gunpowder, spider eyes, all of that stuff. We have our uncommon treasure and our common treasure, ender pearls, zombie flesh, bones. Awesome. So now, all that stuff that we're getting from our mob system over here, we can now see in our Applied Energistics system. I think that is really, really cool. Now, if I wanted to, I could keep connecting up all these different things. There's enough channels available if I split the cables like we're doing. So we can see all of these different items, all these different armors and stuff in the ME system, should we choose to. I don't know if we really want to or not, but that is something that we can do. We just have to make more of those buses, really. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm happy that we got that part of our Applied Energistics system done. I can go ahead and put some of this stuff away now. We don't need these things on us at the moment. Memory card, that stuff. Okay, so that's a great project done. Very happy. So some other things that I've been doing off camera. I remembered that we set up this fisher a while ago and we just kind of left it after we saw like 3 items. I've been trying to take out some items and let some more stuff fill up here. We've got a name tag, which is kind of cool. We're getting some bows and things like that. There were some plastic bags in here. People are telling me that they can contain items. I just got a bunch of plastic out of it. The plastic sheets or whatever. So each one of those plastic bags holds like 5 items or something. But yeah, apparently they come pre-filled with stuff. So people are saying you can get some good stuff out of them. We'll see, we'll see. I'm just going to let this go for a bit. I have expanded out our cobblestone generator a little bit more. Well, I guess our auto compressor. I think before we just had like 2 of these set up or maybe just 1 of them. And we made a bunch of this compressed cobblestone. But I want to put these all down, compress them all, and get them going. So we have auto packager taking regular cobblestone. We got 3.4 million of it. Taking regular cobblestone, putting it into the compressed. Then we got another one taking this and putting it into the double compressed. Then the double into the triple, into the quad, and then the 5, and then the 6. So we now have 1 6 block, which is awesome. That's a lot of cobblestone in that one little block. I'm just going to let this go over time. Hopefully we will eventually get enough of this stuff to make the octuple compress without really having to worry about it. But yeah, it's nice that this is set up so early on. In Agrarian Skies 1, we had to make the octuple compressed cobblestone. And then later on there was a quest, I think for the hoarding, where we had to make like 4 more of them. And just making that one took me months. So yeah, I wanted to get this set up kind of early on. Hopefully we will have all the stuff needed for later on. If nothing else, we can also turn that into bedrockium, which is pretty cool. We definitely can use some bedrockium barrels around here. So yeah, got lots of good stuff done today. Also, I've made a MEIO port over here. When I was upgrading our drives, I had to take stuff off of them. So you do that with the IO ports. You connect this to your network, and you put in your disk here, and you go from your disk to your ME system. It removes all the stuff off there, and then you can take your disk apart and then upgrade it. So yeah, I went through that process when I was upgrading all of this stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to take another break. I'm going to see what else needs to be done around here, and we will be right back. So I figured it was about time we upgraded our power system over here, so I removed our auto book enchanter that we had in this section. And I've kind of made some changes here. So this is our 1 tesseract that we are sending power on the main base channel. Channel 1. Yeah, the only thing we're doing is sending only on the power energy mode. I did make a resonant energy cell, and this is able to hold 50 million RF. So we have a place to actually store the extra power that we are creating through solar. So we have our 3 solar panel 4s on top. Each of these have the efficiency upgrade 8. 8 of those, I mean, so they're doing 164% efficiency most of the daytime. So yeah, as the sun goes down, the efficiency goes down, but whatever. I've just made a few more solar panel 3s, and these all have efficiency upgrades, 8 of them, except for this one, just because we ran out of clay. But all these other ones, yeah, they all have 8 of these efficiency upgrades in them. So yeah, we are now making a whole lot of power. That's all going into this resident energy cell, which is storing all the extra energy. So even at nighttime, if we forget to sleep, we're still going to have power on tap in reserve. We don't have to worry about that. So the next step is to make a few more of these resident energy cells to hold more power, so we can go longer if we forget to sleep multiple nights, or if we add more machines, things like this. Other than that, other things I'd like to do is start using tesseracts more frequently around here. Like, for instance, our mob grinder right here is still running off this one solar panel too, which is holding a lot of power. It's not really using that much. So if we were just using the power off of our battery backup over there, and we could have the solar panel used to fill up that battery, we could generate more power that way. I think that would be smarter. So I will make a tesseract and power this system off of that sometime soon. Other places that we could be using that, like we got another solar panel over here doing our cobblestone generation thing, and we're still using lava power down below. We could switch this over to doing the solar and then not have to worry about constantly making lava and stuff, but this is kind of like a lesser priority. We're not really relying on this stuff too much, although we do need to set up our smelting operation up above here at some point. I would like to tear down like this fissure and actually put our smeltery and other such things up here. We'll work on that sometime in the future. We are using the tesseracts over here for power, which is good. But yeah, I would like to consolidate all of our power generation into one section instead of having each little section making its own power. Yeah, our Applied Energistics system still running off the solar panel 3. I did have to put some efficiency upgrades in here. After putting that ME controller down below, we were drawing too much power, and I checked this thing just in time. Like, it was down to about 25% power. But once that would have ran out, yeah, it would have been bad news. We wouldn't be able to access any of our items. But yeah, I would like to, like I said, change this over so this energy acceptor is running off a tesseract. We can move the solar panel 3 over there and make more power for our power channel. I think that would be the smartest thing to do. So I was kind of looking at our book here to see if there was a quest that we could bust out, anything quickly. And we've kind of gotten to a point where there's not a lot of quick things left. Under, where is it? Power grid. This is something I'm kind of interested in pursuing. We'll probably look at that next episode. We're down to a few last bits here. But the one thing I'm interested in is plant fuel. We are set up to make a lot of plants. We have, you know, our whole operation over here with the sprinklers and things like that. I did set up the diamond seeds, by the way, or the diamond plants. So we're making diamonds now. These guys over here I did turn off. We were just getting too many resources, believe it or not, from the iron and the nickel and silver and gold and electrum, I think was the other one. Anyway, yeah, I turned off the harvesters, so we're no longer collecting that stuff. We were just getting far too much of it. But we could set up one of these things to make plants, and we could turn those plants into biofuel by making the, is it the bioreactor? I think it's the bioreactor. We use bone meal. We could use some of the stuff from plants. We could do a whole bunch of good stuff. And I think that's something I want to look at so we can make more power and start upgrading our stuff around here. Yeah, I would like to get off solar eventually, but I would like to have all of our power production in one spot anyway. So this was a good first step for that. All right, guys. Well, I tell you what, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. Lots of stuff done today, which is awesome. We're making some good progress on our power, making good progress on our Applied Energistics system. Yep, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.